Hi and welcome to this video. In this video, I am talking about reasons why you should seek purpose before you seek a partner. Or basically, why you should realize and start pursuing your purpose before you start dating. This is one of the things I mentioned in my very first video on 4 things you should put in order before you start dating. So purpose was one of the things I mentioned you should put in order before you start dating. If you have not yet watched that video, I will be linking it in the description so that you can look at the other 3 things that you should have in order before you start dating. But for this, I am focusing on purpose. Why you should seek purpose before you start dating, because after all, if you do not realize your purpose and pursue it in life, then you'll have lived a meaningless life, right? And another thing I mentioned in one of my videos, that the person you choose as a life partner can propel you towards your purpose or might make it really difficult for you to pursue your purpose, or might delay your journey towards your purpose. So it is very critical, the person you get married to. So that is why I have put up a few points on why you should be pursuing your purpose first, or rather realizing your purpose before you start dating. If you're already dating, maybe you should now be asking yourself whether the person you're dating is someone that is helping you go towards your purpose. The first one is long-term vision. When you know your purpose, purpose is more on the long term. It's not like a short-term goal or a short-term thing, right? Because it's your whole life, right? So when you know your purpose, you're already looking at a long-term relationship. You're not looking at just a 1-year relationship and then you dump that person. No, you are looking at someone whom you can work with for the rest of your life, and that helps you to even get into the right relationship and with the right kind of mindset, that this is not a relationship that you're just trying out things and see whether it will work or not, but you're working towards a relationship knowing that I am putting effort in this relationship because I see a long-term goal in this. I see a long-term thing in this relationship, right? So a long-term vision for relationship that comes with you realizing your purpose first. All right. The other thing is it boosts your confidence. So you have self-confidence. Once you know your purpose, you know your standards, you know your values, you know what you believe in, you know your expectations, you know you have higher self-esteem, and as a result you have self-confidence, right? So when you have self-confidence, then you even attract the right people, and the people who are just playing games, they definitely will be avoiding you, right? So self-confidence will also help you meet the right people, because if you're self-confident, there are people who will be, if people are just joking around, they will be running away from you. So the other good thing with pursuing purpose before you even meet someone is you will be self-confident. The other thing is you have clarity. When you know your purpose, you have clarity on what you want in life. You have clarity on your expectations. You have clarity on standards. You have clarity on what you expect from a partner. And that helps you when you are choosing someone. You know what you want. It is clear for you what you expect. You also know what you should be doing in this relationship. So it is clear for you when you're getting into a relationship. All right. So it is very important to pursue purpose before you pursue a partner, because you will be clear on the expectations and how to go about dating. Purpose gives you clarity for dating. And that gets me to the 4th point, which is focus. When you have clarity on what you want, from a relationship or from a partner, then you will be focused. You will avoid distractions. You will avoid people who will distract you. You will avoid anything that will be a waste of time. So you are focused. You're not just dating to pass time. You're not dating for fun. And even before you start dating, before you find someone, you are focused on something. You are focused on your purpose, right? So it's even easier to be found when you are pursuing purpose compared to when you're just seated waiting for this person to find you, or for the guys, you're putting your life on hold because you are waiting for the right lady to come through. So when you have clarity for your life, you get focused. And when you get focused, you have a goal in life. It's not, marriage is not your goal. You have another goal, and that helps you remain grounded and just all grounded and all rounded when it comes to life goals. The other thing about focusing on purpose before you get a partner is you attract the right people. When you are aligned to your purpose, you will find that the people who you meet as friends and as potential partners are in line with your purpose. They might not be going towards the same purpose that you're going in, but as long as someone is pursuing that purpose, you will find your values kind of aligning. And you want such a person as a potential, right? You want to have friends of that caliber as potential partners, because they are also focused. As a result, you can challenge one another, you can sharpen one another, just like the Bible says, iron sharpens iron. So you are both going towards something. So when you start pursuing your purpose, then the right people start coming along your way. You find yourself in groups that are aligned to what you want, and as a result, in such groups, you will find someone who you can pursue life with and who you can get into a relationship with. I'm not saying it's a must, but that gives potential for a long-term relationship when you are aligned to people who are aligned to your kind of lifestyle, values, and who are also focused in their own lives. All right, because when you are focused, then you don't want someone who is not as focused as you, right? So pursuing purpose will help you in that regard of attracting the right potential partner. All right, and just before I go to the next video, to the next point, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, I know at this point we only have 30%, yes, 30% of the people who watch these videos are the ones who are subscribed. So I have like 70% of you guys who have not yet subscribed, but you watch the videos. Please subscribe. Yeah, it helps the channel grow, it helps us reach more people. And if you're liking the content so far, give us a thumbs up and give a comment on some of the things you think purpose will help you gain if you realize your purpose before you start dating. The other thing pursuing purpose helps with is you have healthy boundaries. When you know what you want for your life, you have your own values, you have your own belief system, you have your own standards, then you are able to put boundaries when you start dating, even before you start dating. And those boundaries are boundaries that you will expect people to respect, and even a potential partner to respect. So when you have those standards even before you start dating, it will help your relationship even be well grounded, because you're not figuring things out when you are in a relationship. You already know this is the far that my partner can go, this is the far I can go, and you know why you want those boundaries for you, right? So it is easy for you to even communicate those boundaries even as you start a relationship, and that way your relationship already has some kind of ground rules that you're working with, right? So healthy boundaries will come as a result of you pursuing your purpose, knowing what you want in life. And that will help you when you start dating, so that you are well grounded and you have an easier time dating. You're not like forcing things to your partner, and they're not forcing things onto you. You already have clarity on the boundaries you have in place. The other thing is, purpose will help you avoid codependence. Once you start pursuing your purpose, you are kind of independent. You know, this is what I want in life, and you are already focusing on that. So you're not waiting for someone. You're not like waiting for this person to come and rescue you from yourself, right? You're not waiting for a partner to come and just help you out with life. You already know what you want in life. You're probably already working on it. So you're not coming out as a needy person, always pushing, and you're not even, you know, when you start realizing your purpose and working towards it, you're not even going to be the one who is always like, oh, why don't you always call me? I call you all the time, and you're already busy with your life, right? And even when you call and they're not able to pick, you have other things you're doing, right? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be calling and all, but you know, there are those people you find, they expect you to chat with them the whole day, or they expect you to talk on phone the whole night because you're working during the day. So you have to talk on phone like for the whole night. If you're already focusing on your purpose, you'll not even have time for that, right? But you will have time set aside for your partner. You know, this is the time we talk, and you set time for them and talk with them. You know, maybe it's your lunch break, you have that time to maybe call them, get to know how they are doing. You're going for a date and all. So you have structure, because you're pursuing your purpose, you're also focused on time management, right? So you're not going to be the one who is needy, always clinging on this person. So you are independent, and that helps you come out as a full person, a complete person who will bring 100% into the relationship. Because as it is said, we are not going into a relationship 50-50. You bring your 100 and the other person brings 100, and that way you are both complete human beings, and you don't come out as dependent. You are codependent. You support one another towards your purpose. Yeah, right? You're supporting them, you're cheering them on, and they are also cheering you on towards your purpose. So knowing your purpose will help you be independent, and therefore not be codependent to your partner. The other thing purpose does, it gives you personal growth. When you start working towards your purpose, you will develop yourself. You have improve yourself, so self-improvement and development. And as you build on your own character, as you work on your strengths, as you work on your weaknesses, as you work on the things you want to achieve in life, you're going to be a better human being, right? You have confidence, you are outgoing probably, or you basically just knowing what you want, and also being well built in every way will help you even attract the right people. All right, because you are all-rounded, you are elegant, you are looking classy and all, it will help bring right potential partners your way. All right, that is why you should try to focus on knowing your purpose before you even try to look for a partner, because as you develop yourself, then you will attract people who have also developed themselves, and you will also be more attractive. You'll be more attractive to people around you. The other thing is, it reduces anxiety. When you are focused on pursuing your purpose, you are not anxious, especially probably you had wished or prayed or hoped that you'd start dating maybe when you are 20 or 22, and you're probably now 25 or 26 or 27 or whatever age you are, If you are focusing on your purpose, then you are not anxious that time is going, or I am not getting someone, because you are fulfilled. Your life is not on a standstill waiting for a future partner. You know, your life is not on a standstill waiting for marriage. So when you are fulfilling your purpose, you're working towards your purpose, you're working in your purpose, you will be fulfilled, and therefore you will be less anxious, less worried. You are happy about your life. You are feeling complete and excited for your current stage in life, because there is no stage in life that goes to waste. So your singlehood will be more a blessing, and you will be you'll be able to accomplish more even as you wait for this person that you are hoping will come along. So realizing your purpose and working in it helps reduce anxiety, and especially before you start dating. The other thing is it helps with making intentional choices. Now, when you know your purpose, you are more intentional on the decisions you're making in life, on the choices you're making, on who you will date, when you to start dating, for how long you will be dating, and even how to date. So you are more intentional. You're not just going with the flow. You're not just doing things because people are doing them, right? Because you know what you want in life. You have an end goal. You're not just looking at life today. You have an end goal, right? So knowing your purpose will help you be more intentional, and that will help you not waste time. It will help you not be emotionally drained. It will help you not to go through a lot of heartbreaks, because you know what you want. So you'll not just go around taking coffee with every other person, or you can basically tell this is not someone I can date. So you are intentional, knowing this is not someone I can date, so you don't even start dating them. You don't even start considering them, right? Yes, so it helps you be more intentional in decision making when it comes to relationships. These are just some of the points when it comes to why you should be seeking your purpose before you even start considering dating someone. On that note, I have a book that is now out that is based on realizing and pursuing your purpose. It's a 4-week devotional book. It's going for only Kenya shillings 200. So you can have a look at it in the description. Click the link in the description and you'll get yourself a copy. It's an ebook that will help you realize your purpose. If you have already realized your purpose, it will give you some ways on how you can be focused in pursuing your purpose, and also encouragement as you pursue your purpose. So get yourself a copy if you want to realize your purpose, or if you want to continue pursuing your purpose. Thank you for watching to the end. Remember to subscribe and give us a like, share with a friend or family member so that they can as well benefit from what you have just heard. Thank you and God bless you.